Hi everyone, welcome back to Battle of the Righteous. Shit, my brain's just gone blank. Yeah, Wintersun. Skipping through last episode, and I didn't check up on, it's near here, all those standing stones we were doing a knowledge world test on. We didn't get the reward for that. There's 8 or 10 of them. There's a few of them anyway. If you decode all of them, you get a reward. And it's that one we first saw. You know, the one that's written in common. That's where we have to go. This is where we came in. Around here we fought some Smilodons or something here, wasn't it? Standing stone. Here. Is this the one? Yes, I can't have done it all. I think that's the one. No, it's not. Maybe I missed one.
We do it my way.
Oh, that's loud in my ears. Maybe I missed one. So I'm not going to subject you to running around like an idiot as I look at this map trying to find out where the missed standing stone was. But when I find it, I'll
follow if you dare.
Start the recording again. I'll unpause the recording. And where's that bloody first one? This one that was written in common. Is this one that was written in common? Yeah, what was that one? What's it? It's on a little island somewhere. Maybe? Part of the stone, there we
I
are.
do what I must.
Jesus Christ. Right, I did have one, 8 or 9 or 10 I think over. Back crank assistance. Ricocheting. Heavy crossbow. Tattered ancient boots. Has that been changed? Maybe not. That's another item that can be improved, I guess. But yes, this back crank assistance. If the wordless amulet wielding a ranged weapon, whenever an ally in a 30-foot radius lands an attack opportunity, the row makes a free ranged attack against the same target. Well, there we go. Ward masters. Do we have anything that can do wards? I don't know. And got a crossbow as well, didn't we? Whenever there's +3 keen, cruel, heavy crossbow confirms a crit, it also does D10 +3 to 3 enemies adjacent to the target. When does adjacent mean? Like 5 foot, 10 foot? Got quite a big crit range though. I'll give it to you. Oof. You have those minuses because you don't have true weapon fighting, so could give it to Wendoag. I could give it, no, sorry, Woljif. Who else is dual wielding? You're dual wielding. For dual wield. What's that? 5 to 14. And against a crossbow judgment.
Not my line of fashion.
What do you mean? No, you can't be equipped. Oh right, it's a martial. You don't have martial weapon. You don't have dual wield. You do have martial. Wendoag then, I guess. Sorry, Woljif. I keep saying Wendoag. Swap these over then. And give +1 or icy burst. I think the paralysis is more useful for attacks without all the negatives. We can try that. Right, so. Oh yeah, we talked to Finnean as well now, can't we? What's his name, Finnean? Finnean. Finnean is like James Joyce book. Right, let's talk to Finnean. On the chat, I'm always up for a chinwag. We got ambushed by cultists. He spoke of some bladesmith. I suspect you might know him. Yeah, he did. In the conversation, he said he did. Finnean's tone is grim. All too well. He was the one who tortured me. I don't know what specimens they wanted from you. Maybe they thought I'd stolen something from them. Well, you're the talking sentient weapon, but refuse to believe your weapon. Wait, I just remembered something. His voice turns hopeful. That bladesmith's workshop just outside is, right by the walls. If you go on willing, wherever in those parts, I'll beat the hand of that scumbag for all he did to me. Ha, finding those cultists was a stroke of luck. I'm ready to leap into battle right now. Say the word, so I can feel this newfound strength. When you go to Iz, make sure to bring me along. Okay. And now Finnean. It's a +3, I think. We'll go to. Let's have a look at longbow. Do we have longbows? No, we don't. You can't be a longbow. How about for you? Ardish, though. He's a +3 ghost touched heart seeker. Whenever it lands a hit, it deals additional d6 force damage. And it becomes +4 because of. I wasn't sure if that would be the same, like a identified item. Yeah, extra +1. This Cloak of Mortar doesn't get the extra +1. But Finnean does. But now you've got a +4 heart seeking Ardish, which is cool. Glaives and glaives. Okay, the reach weapons. scimitar and yeah, buckler. Okay, so those two things on. That was on the back of my mind. I mean, it's okay, but I'll come back later because of that insane half elf was a quest. I remember. Okay, let's get back to Drezen. We have Ash Giants. This might be loud. No, not too bad. Not too bad. I had a bark skin on myself. Looks like a lot of things weren't buffed. Whatever. Failed bark skin. Magic Fang. Delay poison. Mage armor. Yeah. It doesn't give you free spells.
I'm always. This spell works differently.
Oh, I can't charge.
I refuse to accept their statement.
Must have asked it all.
Kill is for you!
Don't hold back.
Everybody.
Out of my sight!
I am your end.
Jesus Christ, 53. Plus 6 piranha, plus 3 ever ready. That must have been a crit. Oh no. Got tripped by Belka, so everybody gets an attack of opportunity. Ever ready is so cool.
Simply business. I will see to your demise.
Hey,
I'm gone.
where's the exit? Just here. Tough battles. There's 6 army up there, 5 army up there. This is only a 4. I'll try to take those out. Although there are many troops. Most of that strength 4 I think is just the Hell Knights. Spearmen. you off. Keep an eye on that up there. Fine. There we go. The Crusaders killed the cultists but gathering an army of wild giants to storm Drezen. Now that Drezen is safe, workers can be transferred from urgent strengthening of the walls to other important tasks. Level up. Lovely. Protected walls. All spellcasting units have 2 AC and damage. Plus 15 bonus to energy per level. Yes. You need more spell energy. And penetrating strike. Ignores up to 3 points of damage reduction for 3 rounds. Much in the way of strength and flexibility. But I'm sure what's this stone maze? Why does it have an exclamation mark next to it? Archery, barracks, watchtower. Do I do supply center or hospital? Do supply center. Has the exclamation mark gone away? Maybe it was Nameless Ruins. Exclamation mark was next to it and I'm just being a dick. No, because Gargoyle Canyon's got one. Now something happened that I can update. The relic will be augmented. Okay. Penance. Yeah, do that. The cloaks are divided with the Melandolins, was a hero or blackguard, or blackguard. Some want to pray to good deities for him, others wish to stigmatize his name. The sins of the fallen knight Malander Linz might be great, but he was driven by desire to fight evil. Common prayer by the priests, lightened by draconian sentence handed down to Linz after his death. After death, his crimes were forgotten. The seal of darkness was taken from his name and legacy. So, I've got Malander's penance. While wearing this belt, a monk can spend one key point to enshroud the target's heart and lungs in a fine veil of emerald. Affected creatures becomes more fragile, gaining -2 to AC. Also has to pass a fortitude 19, or all bludgeoning damage it receives is multiplied by 1.5 until the end of combat. Not just a turn, but combat. For enemies, when Drag wants to talk. Okay. Conflict between two officers has led to a defeat in skirmish with demons. One of the officers, a charming young noble, tried saving the lives of the soldiers. The other, a cynical veteran mercenary, acted based on the principle that victory is all that matters. The soldiers from each unit blamed the other unit's officer for the defeat. How should investigators arbitrate the guilty parties? 3,500 leadership to punish both. Well, punish the aristocrat. Finance, punish the mercenary. Reconcile. Recruitment growth for all trainable units from main bouts and archery increased by 15%. Yeah, that. Social is convinced that both officers have something to learn from each other. Following his advice, the investigators sent out the two of them on a mission together. They came back as good comrades in arms. Their units have been performing in harmony ever since, and the fame of the two great commanders has been drawing in new recruits. Okay. That is diplomatic connections, a right to pardon, vote to Bastion. Well, I can do them all. Not enough resources. No, I can't do them all. Let's start that. I need 3,540. 3,540. What did I need? Completely forgot. I did need 500, so I need 800, 300. Okay. Don't know which bastion to upgrade. That'll be later on. Possibly one further away. Maybe that one. That one. I have to take them first. Okay. Let's move on. No, we're just outside Drezen. Enter it now. About to spin it. Was that Iribeth? Can't remember. Nevia. Commander. Nevia greets with an energetic nod. People have reported some shifty-looking characters hanging out in the cove not far from here. They invite passers-by to go treasure hunting, promising them untold riches. Apparently there have been folks who bought their tales and went away with them, and none have come back. Sounds like a place worth investigating. What do you reckon? Tell me more. There is the place. This is the place, the Murky Grotto, and everyone marks a spot on the map. There are two of them, a fat guy and a scrawny guy. Could be your everyday bandits, or what if they're cultists? Anyway, I'd go check it out just to be safe. Have there been many reports like that? A whole heap of them. In this whirlwind of ours, cultists, spies, crooks and lunatics are all over the place. I usually don't report this kind of stuff to you, I just deal with it myself. But those treasure hunters, you've got to tell me they're a special case, something that only you can deal with. Very well. It's DLC. Wintersun. Mistress, we've gained foothold in Drezen. I can see our army is too small to attack the world wound. Time to bring up the army of Neath as I promised you. Come to Neath with me. We're getting an army that will crush any enemy. Why do we need to go there? Need to hurry old Sul along. Promised to bring the underground crusaders to the surface to help the crusades. It seems he forgot his promise as soon as we left. Or maybe he's doing his favourite thing again, waiting for the right moment. Come to think of it, who knows what's been going on in Neathholm? Maybe the demons attacked again. Or Sul died of a heart attack, leaving the tribe without a leader. That wouldn't actually be a bad thing. Or we needed to show up in Neathholm, declare the new leader as me. Are you going to turn the Mongols into the invincible soldiers you promised me? When I have our army of underground crusaders, we'll catch the demon Savemelech, give his blood to the soldiers to drink as I once did. Won't give it up willingly, of course. We'll make an interesting hunt. That's a bit much. Why couldn't we get the Mongol support before now? Beneath the tribes are scattered throughout the caves, and the chiefs, I'll tell you this, the Sul is decisive and impetuous even, compared to many of the other chiefs. To gather them we needed time, and that's exactly what we didn't have when Canarbus was burning and demons were laying waste to the streets. And then there was the march on Drezen. There's no chance that terrified Neathers, glimpsing the surface the first time, would have been able to keep pace with us on that march. What can we expect to find? I think we'll find the tribe working hard preparing for war. If you destroyed the shield maids, everyone must have believed that the promised times had come. The surface is calling to the underground crusaders. If that's true, it can only be to our benefit. Okay, let's go. She answers with a deep, fawning bow. And again. A fresh bruise swells on the huntress's cheekbone. She releases a furious hiss reminiscent of a nest of fighting vipers. So sick and tired of it, I can't tell what irritates me more. The stupidity of the Uplanders' way of life, and the arrogance of which they call anything else savagery. Take a close look. Under a mask of anger, you can clearly see her insecurity and wounded pride. What happened? Avoiding eye contact with you, Wintersun growls quite in slight. Jesus Christ. Speak. There was nothing. I'd have run in with a bunch of morons like crap for brains. Remember how I told you that Uplanders sometimes need good beating to teach them respect? Well, I had to knock some sense into one of them. Tell me. This crooked tiefling approached me. He was fawning over me and smiling. He bought me some good wine. He kept saying that he'd be thrilled if I just look at his weapons. He said he was a craftsman, and that he'd be really flattered if a fighter of my quality appraised his work. So I did. And he kept pushing. Take a look at this blade. Try out this bow. The scumbag. So I chose a dagger for myself, a good one, with a blackened blade and a skinner. I really liked it. I picked it up. Praised the work that the horned-headed scum told me. Thought he was a decent craftsman, and that was impressed, and off I went. Then he pounced on me, grabbed my arm. You must understand, mistress, that I couldn't let that go unpunished, so I knocked his teeth out with the handle of the very same dagger. And he started yelling that I stole from him, and a crowd gathered, and everyone was just giving me dirty looks, like they were all so superior. As if I was some savage who crawled out of a hole just to bother these squeaky clean scumbags. What do they know? Beneath them, every craftsman sees it as an honour if a hunter chooses his weapon. These Uplanders, ugh. Wendo's eyes are ablaze and she lets out a hiss, baring her teeth, but bewilderment still seeps into her voice. Do you really care what they think of you? With a frown, Windward replies in a dull voice. A hunter must be respected. A hunter fights so the tribe can survive. A hunter dies first so the tribe can live on. These uplanders aren't my tribe. And if they despise me and laugh at me, why should I fight for their lives? Why should I die? If only I'd known that for my blood I get paid in mockery. I thought twice before leaving the caves. Now you can clearly tell that Wendell is deeply insulted. The world is full of idiots. Sometimes I feel like knocking a couple of teeth out too. Wendell answers with an antsy chuckle, then immediately throws a weary glance at you. You're not saying that to comfort me, T.I. Comfort me, are you? I don't need to be comforted. Comfort a fighter who's not afraid of blades or demon claws. That'd be ridiculous. Her expression clearing, Wenderag nods, regains her usual ease. I knew you'd understand. I'm not going to give a damn what they say. Well, would I? Stupid uplanders. Ha. The huntress's voice sounds a little too nonchalant. Just one question left to answer. What should I do with this dagger now? An elegant weapon, blackened blade, appears in Wenderag's hands. Keep it. I think she's right. Wenderag nods satisfied and says in a purring voice, Thank you. I consider it a gift from you. Dorgalinda Stranglehold. Don't know what it is about fantasy games with stupid fucking names. Baldur's Gate 3 was Shadowheart. Fuck's sake. It's like it was written by a 12 or 14-year-old. Hello, Commander. A middle-aged dwarf who's clearly seen some combat salutes you with one barely moving bone-dry hand. On her face, huge scarred claw marks. A black eye patch covers one eye, but she's watching you with the other, intent and somber. Lord Galinda Stranglehold, Chair of the Logistics Council, at your service. Got ourselves an ugly situation that requires your decision. Hey there, I'm on this council too. You know me. Tip-top Logistic Councillor. I hope it won't get anyone's way for joining you. Rusha looks around with visible worry. I think I could give some good advice here. Don't mind. Winterwag. I would definitely prove useful to this council. I know more about survival than all the uplanders combined. Teach your soldiers how to procure whatever they need, even in places as unforgiving as the World Wound. Most importantly, I can tell you how to use what you have wisely. Everything is always in short supply in the caves, so neithers are experts at conserving resources. Dorgalinda. I won't lie to you, our logistics are a mess. We need more of everything, and what we do have is in disarray. Rates of provisions are rotting away in storehouses because some idiot quartermaster spilled beer on the papers. And fools are not the worst problem, there's also theft. Some officers grease palms to get a helmet with stylish plumage or fancy blades from Nerosium. Meanwhile, that means that ordinary soldiers are being armed with barely more than kitchen knives. I'm untongued. It's time to give the entire logistics staff up the bum rush. The question is, where do we find capable, honest people to replace them? The army is always a mess. It's the army, duh. We want to get ourselves out of the bog. Supplies have got to be handled by real moneymakers, not soldiers, merchants, store clerks, people with a habit of counting every coin, not sucking away in the kingdom's udder. These scoundrels must be replaced with decent, honourable people, so full of souls, who've proven that they put their comrades' lives above all else, especially their own wealth. Surely that's who will take the best care of our soldiers. Urushala, you're so naive. Wenderweg, I've seen the people who are in charge of our gear in our mercenary units. Those are razor-sharp fighters. They're gritty, tight-fisted and hard-boiled, unlike our adults. We convince them to work for us instead. They'll put things in order here, and they might help us to come to understand with other mercenaries if need be. Dorgalinda. My suggestion is to call some experienced, well-connected supply officers from Nerosium. Don't leave the cushy jobs in Mendev, work up a sweat for the good of the crusade. This will just do. Defensive equipment. This will attack bonus and AC. Urushala. Ready for anything? Saving throws. Wenderag. Units plus 10% bonus to maximum HP. Dorgalinda. Plus 1 to attack and saving throws. Ah. Let's discuss our options in more detail. Woljif, tell me more about your idea. Excuse me. Easy. Why do quartermasters lose gear or drink it away? Because they're bunglers and drunks. But also because they're used to everything being funded. It's obvious to lose, so they don't care. We'll bring in some savvy folks who know the price of coin. The money people basically. I know a couple of fences. Now they, for some reason, could always find whatever they needed. They had everything in order, top notch. You couldn't snatch a nail from one. Now yes, there will be some skimming here and there within reason, that's a given. It's in their nature, plus their grubby hands. But what matters is they'll be stealing after they get the soldiers everything that's needed. Or they're given the sack in no time. The thing is, Woljif, they're just as the people of the coin who have asked the coin first. Not by supplying the troops first. Who shall I? A quartermaster's job is to care for the well-being of the soldiers they're equipping for battle. That means the best people to appoint to these positions are people who really care. Those who will keep their fighters warm, fed and properly armed. Maybe they won't have the most experience, but that's alright. It's easier to teach some numbers and how to run a warehouse than it is to instill a conscience in them. And those soft-hearted fools immediately squander everything we have. No, the one who watches the goods must be stingy, angry and suspicious, or they'll be swindled by every passing scoundrel. When do I get right? Speaking of who, take into your ranks whoever is responsible for managing supplies among the mercenaries, the crabbiest, most mighty individuals you can find. They can guard our goods. We're short on everything, not because we have too little, but because we have too much. We're giving it away whenever someone comes to whine. Gear must be expended carefully and sparingly. Such charity is unheard of among mercenaries. The way they see it, every warrior must be able to take care of their needs first before relying on the help of their unit. You'll see, once you stop wiping their fighters' noses, they'll quickly learn to find for themselves and become fiercer and deadlier than before. Dorgalinda, we have some great workers in Mentor who sit at home for way too long. Let the Queen send them to us, instead of counting buttons for frock coats by the Rosian Royal Guard. Let them sort out our supplies. And they'll all have connections in the Rosian. What does that mean? Why is that good? They could easily have an army property decommissioned and later sold to private buyers for next to nothing. And those buyers will just happen to be the same mercenaries we're negotiating with. Dorgalinda makes a face. Connections are all too important, as well you know. Well, if they could have army property decommissioned, why sell it to mercenaries just for us to pay more for it? Like mercenaries. Why not just give it to us straight away? Why have mercenaries in between at all? So, Woljif is kind of winning. Yeah, just +1 bonus to attack and AC. Although that is good as well, but only 10% health. Doesn't seem that great. Either do more damage or sustain less losses. With staff like quartermaster surpluses with merchants. Can't go wrong with, yes, but they're going to rip us off. We can't go wrong with those guys. Just got to watch what they're selling and to whom. And if they'll buy their lonesome, they might be selling something to the demons. No, I'm kidding, they won't. At least not to the demons. Probably. Look, he'll be fine. It's decided, no matter what our new quartermasters are like, there's no possible way to be worse than what we have now. The results will be reported to you. If anything else comes up, I'll call the council right away. Captain Harmattan, Hell Commander, before you an aged yet fit and sturdy Garundi stands at attention. Dark skin has an earthy tone to it, and crystals sparkle forth from where his hair and eyebrows should be clearly identify him as an Oread. Captain Harmattan, Chair of your Staff Council, by order of Her Majesty Queen Gelfrey, please deliver a report. I'm in this council too, Sealer salutes briskly. We'll be racking our brains on how to improve troop morale. I reckon the key is to back up our words with actions. Lead your soldiers by example, and then they'll be eager to follow. Don't just be lazy and sit in the walls doing nothing. Drawing on my experience as a paralictor, my advice is to maintain calculated moderation in every regard, be it in incentive or penalty, and to be decisive, with no need for doubts or turmoil. And Darren, I'm doomed to be your advisor. Do you know what that means? That you are doomed to listen to my advice. To start things off, there's an incredibly novel and deep thought for you. Loyalty, passion and morale. All of these things can be easily bought with money. Commander, permission to report. We've encountered a problem. Though we're still getting volunteers, we're now seeing cases of desertion. Many who joined the Drezen campaigns believe that their duty has been fulfilled with a victory. And they're not keen on staying in the garrison. Those from Canarbas wish to return home, rebuild their ruined city. Lastly, there are those who are afraid of lingering in a place where demons might show up with a retaliatory expedition at any moment. My suggestion is to improve living conditions for the privates, raise their pay, give them extra rations, reward those who have distinguished themselves in the battlefield with commendations and gifts. Soldiers don't want to leave their armies that appreciate them. I feel for those folks, but we have to convince them to stay. I think we might be able to get help from the servants of the gods. They'll tell the soldiers that danger is not yet past, and inspire them to keep up the fight against evil. As long as the wound is open, the whole world is in danger. We can't just go home and live like we used to, no matter how badly we want that to happen. Most of the Crusaders are volunteers. They have no right to subvert military discipline. That kind of attitude is tantamount to treason, regardless of who expresses it. We have to identify the instigators, arrest them, and administer harsh punishment to make an example of them. The problem is quite simply solved with coin, but handing money out to privates is practically throwing it away. You need to pay the officers handsomely, and then they figure out how to raise the subordinates' morale. It's bullshit. Well, it probably works. Let's discuss our options in further detail. Sealer? The situation is not that dire. Morale is high, and we just want a major victory. So let's drink some water first. So some have let down their guards. We have to call for priests and paladins to get through to the volunteers. They're still early for celebration. If they leave for the homes today, Drezen will fall again tomorrow. The day after, demons will show up on the doorstep. You know, that kind of like propaganda. If you don't do this, this will happen. It only works to the very stupid. That's why you see it in all the newspapers and real life. There's a fallacy. Servants of the gods are indeed the masters of sweet talking, others into dying free of charge. All through pretty birds. But when the choice comes down to inspired preaching or homemade pies, 9 over every 10 will look for the comfort in the home and at the table. The incentive needs to be more substantial than wasted breath. Virgil? There's no place in the army for the mindset of a plaything soldier. The mindset of playing soldier today and going home tomorrow. Those dangerous ideas must be suppressed with the utmost harshness. We identify the most vocal rabble rousers and exact punishment on them as example to others. They may be volunteers, but they join the ranks of the Crusaders. We can't abet in their rejection of their responsibilities. We'll be heading towards complete chaos and therefore defeat. That's a great plan if you want our soldiers to run back home twice as fast. They came with the hair of their own volition. You must convince them to stay, not terrorize them into fighting. But you're doing the same thing, just with words, not with actual physical violence. Darren, your opinion? Our forces are in good spirits. It's just that the euphoria of victory has gone to a few heads. No one can sober them up quicker than the officers, especially those of lower rank. We give our dear oaths, all those sergeants and corporals, a bonus on the sly, then promise to sweeten the deal once they've convinced the volunteers to stay. Perhaps they will do so over a beer mug, or maybe a broken nose. Why bother solving problems yourself? You can push them off onto someone you pay. That's... Now, if he was just going for like the captains and higher, that's just fucking shit, because those people, they just keep the money themselves. But sergeants and corporals and lieutenants, you might be onto something there. Your bought loyalty will run out even sooner than your gold. Once soldiers turn into profiteers instead of following orders, they start praising them. I wonder whether or not it's worth their while to obey the general. I hardly need to explain what will happen. I hardly need to explain what the effect this will have on discipline. My brain is reading one thing and saying the next. Captain Harmattan. The volunteers believe that we've almost won. Great. Let's not ruin this pretty illusion. Instead, we'll turn it to our advantage. We'll increase rations and pay for privates, rewarding the most distinguished accommodation and gifts. Who would abandon the victors when they provide you with good food and even better coin? Naive to expect the troops will understand that we could just be trying to appease them. An army cannot stand if it's held together by handouts and desperate promises. We shouldn't lie to our soldiers. You fucking are, with your priest words. We build up flimsy illusions now. The demons will shatter them later. Those fighting alongside us must recognise the seriousness of the situation instead of celebrating victory when the war has just begun. What do we have? Healers, glory to the heroes. Morale increase, pointless. Reggio, hunting down mutiny. Morale increase. Recruitment growth reduces by 10. And mercenary increases by 10. Oh. So the amount of people we recruit reduces. Mercenaries gets more expensive. Got extra morale. Don't need morale. Max. Darren. Extra morale. And Harmattan. Extra morale. Fuck's sake, these are all crap. We don't need it. We don't need morale. It's 300 material, which is a lot. But that's 4,000 leadership and monies. The 4,000 monies. That's just as leadership, but not. It's free, I guess. This one is free. $300 materials is a lot. Oh, it's a few thousand each time. $4,000 monies is a lot. Get the freebie one. Mobilise the priests. Sure thing. Faith has always helped me in my darkest hours. I hope that's all just too. We just need to talk to them for that. Yeah, it's not going to work. Thank you, Commander. If any other difficulties arise that require your attention, I'll deliver a new report promptly. Right, I need to pee after all that talking. See you in a sec. I'm back. Runs a bit weird though. Let's see what we've picked up. We picked up that belt, didn't we? Yeah, this. -1 off that, -1 off that. That's okay still. Because now, I spend a key point. And I always get -2 to their AC, which is better than having +1 there. And I don't think the DC stuff will make a difference. But where is it? Is it here somewhere? It is. I've got to be in combat maybe. Yeah. Okay. Nevia? Nope, nothing. Do the best. We learn the fate of the missing patrol. Our people were killed by clan members from Old Sarkoris, who had been bewitched by the demon Jerebeth. Survivors from Sarkoris, in the middle of the world wound. They must be made of tough stuff. Sorry they've been set against us. Jerebeth grits her teeth, but sorry still for our soldiers. We're losing our people to demon trickery again. But at least the mystery is solved. It won't happen again. Okay. Not too bad, need 12,000 experience. Oh, I got to level everyone up. And also, Woolgy. You can use these. You can't use these. Ugh. These axes are so good though. So. Take that off. You've got cold iron, yeah. What do we have? Right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to level people up. And see if I can give them any new items. Upgrade stuff. And I'll be back. A couple of seconds for you. Bye for now. Took a long time. But, yeah, level people up. Another level of Hell Knight or Virgil. Greater 2-weapon fighting. We can make a third attack at -10. These are offhand weapons. Or a third attack, yeah, with offhand. And he's got extra armor training. His armor class has gone up. And I give him braces of dominance that I picked up in Wintersun. Because this is a two-handed weapon. And upgrade his natural armor, amulet. I think that was strength and con, that was strength and dex. And because of his ability to reduce the penalties on armor, his armor class went up with the dex as well. Okay, social, level of cleric, not much going on there. Gave him the glaives. A lot of people took improved crit this level because that's the level you get it. And that's it. Old big shifter's multi-attack. His claws do D8 damage now. That's about it really. Ember. We went Witch. Beast Gift. Witch can use a magic to grant her allies ferocious animal abilities, so you get 1 bite attack or 2 claw attacks. So that would be good on me. Or anything really. Is that extra or just... I'm sure if it stacks with already natural attacks. And she's got major hexes, that's why she's got Beast's Gift. Roll Jiff. Critical dagger. Extra sneak attack. Camellia. Improves Quick Rapier. Improves initiative for Sealer. She got Mercy Confused, so she can clear that with Lay on Hands. Ember. Improved Crit Body, but she was already in the group, so we know that. I gave Greybore the throwing axes, because he can use them. Rushalai was already in the party. Demon and Windrag were as well. So that's it. I haven't done the pets yet because they disappear for some reason. Okay, but I might be back next time I load. So thanks for watching, everyone. Next episode, I don't know really. Maybe go to the Green Gates. And hopefully then we get attacked by the bloody dragon. Oh yeah, it's good to see her. Let's do that. And this, I'm not sure what level, I think it's level 12-ish. But that is lots of loot. It's a bit like the Kingmaker, that one with the dragon guard in it, the silver dragon. Which is spawn of Overcook at the bottom. I can't remember what it's called, Endless or Unending or something like that. The little dungeons. Similar here. We can go give it a go, I guess. It's a good experience. Some unique loot. Lots and lots of money, if I remember. Nito, yeah, that's right. Right. So, plenty more to come. Thanks for watching. I will see you soon. Bye for now.